Hi folks, I'm Randy from campandfishingcalifornia.com, and today I thought we'd do a little video kind of catching us up on where we've been, what we've been doing, and everything going on around us. So we'll just start out by showing you where we're at here. This is a campground called Serrano, and let me walk down here a little bit. You can see it's got nice restrooms, wide open, very spacious, very well kept, and it's just a beautiful campground. It's got first come first serves. No, actually, it doesn't have first come first serves. They're all reserves. Everything's reservable and only reservable. But oh, and you can see our campsite in this rig. This is site 105, and it's pretty nice, but a little bit thick with the trees for your slide outs and all that stuff. But Serrano has probably 130, 140 campsites maybe. And they do have some hookups up here too. They've got 30 or 40 hookups at least. And so that's pretty cool. Where we're at right now though, this is a dry campsite. It's no hookups at all. So that's a little bit about Serrano. If you're in the Southern California area, real easy to get to. It's up at Big Bear. It's on the north side of the lake. And for more information, just let me know and I'll tell you where we're at. So from here, I just want to sit down and talk to you for a few minutes, so I'll be right back. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is I want to tell you about Lily and Charlie. Now, the last time that we spoke, we had a dog named Lily, and Lily was a shepherd, or I'm sorry, she was a retriever mix, kind of a mutt. She was an awesome dog, but the problem with Lily is she was very possessive, and she got to where she was attacking Sophie for no reason. And you know, we've had Sophie for a long time. She's a little multi-poo that she's been camping and fishing with us for a long time. And so it got to a point where we had to take Lily back to Southern Cal Retrievers Association, and they found another home within just a month or two, where the people were exactly like us, only they live down in Huntington Beach, but they have a rig that much like us, and they go camping and fishing. Probably, I think they do the Eastern Sierras just like us. But anyway, so our new pup, this little puppy right here, Charlie, and Charlie, he is a golden doodle, and we got him about 12 months ago, something like that, about 12 months ago, 13 months ago. And he is just the most awesome dog, but he is all puppy, and he's supposed to be place. Charlie, you're supposed to stay in your place. We're teaching, and it's an ongoing situation because Charlie he's all puppy. He's kind of like all puppy. But anyway, he's a joy and a lover dog, not possessive at all. Loves mom and dad both. Loves Sophie, and for 14 months old or so, is pretty sharp and really attentive and listening. We're getting him now to where we can walk around our house, the block that's our house is on. We can walk him about 2/3 of the way off leash, and he's pretty good and responsive. But he gets a little frisky, and you got to put him back on a leash, and he's good. So, anyway, so that's the situation with the dogs. Our lives, physically, we're both doing real well. We haven't deviated too much from our health situation, so all's pretty good in the camping and the fishing area in that regards. But as some of you guys know, Red Beach has been closed down now for like three years, and we just talked to the game warden a few weeks back, and he admitted to us that he and the base commander, the new base commander, that they have decided to close down Red Beach and not allow any more campers from the public to go down there and camp. Now, some of our readers had gone by or gone down the freeway and seen people out on the Beach camping not too long ago and wondered what was going on. But apparently they were the military families that are out there doing it. So looks like they're going to allow camping, but it's just for the military families and active military down there. So anyway, that's it for Red Beach. Just wanted to kind of bring you guys up to date on that because that's a huge disappointment. Any of you that have been down at Red Beach know that that is just the most amazing camping experience, to be down there and on the beach as close as you can get your rig to the water. You can get right to the water and camp, if you can keep from sinking and getting in the water or sinking in the sand. And we've done some pretty hairy stuff, gotten pretty close to getting stuck down there. So that's it for Red Beach. Patty and I in another couple of weeks are going to be going up to 101 up above Ventura, and we're going to check out a few spots up there. A few months back, we had gone up to El Capitan up above Goleta and checked that out. And for us, it's nice camping. It's up above the water, so you have a pretty good view of the sunsets and all that. But getting down to the water, you got to do a little walking, and I don't think they allow your dogs down to the water there. Refugio is just a mile or two from El Capitan, and that is a place that we like going. I think it's more applicable to camping up in that area for us. I think Refugio is a little more laid back and easy going, and I think if you guys ever get a chance to check out Refugio up there, you'll like that. That's a pretty nice campsite or campground. We are going to be checking out Rincon, which is an old situation they have up there where you park right along the street. It's a actual public highway, small little 2-lane highway, but they allow camping along that road, and we'll give you more information about that here shortly when we get up there. So that's it for that part of it, the Red Beach issue area. We still do like Dos Picos down there outside of Ramona, and we love Pines Anita. Although Pines Anita has been closed down due to this COVID thing, and they're just now getting to where they're opening back up, and it's kind of spotty, but they're allowing people to camp up there. Just a warning right now, though, folks, it's humid down there. It's hot down there. Pines Anita is going to be pretty warm, so I don't know if I'd recommend Pines Anita, especially not Dos Picos. It's real hot down there. So that's it for that. Let's move back up to the Sierras. The Eastern Sierras, you guys know we love the Eastern Sierras. About 4 years ago, they started cutting back the stocking of the trout, and they started giving us excuses like, some of the western sided, some of the hatcheries on the west side got they got some mudslides in the area, and it washed out some of their hatchery capabilities, and so they were having to take stuff from the eastern side over to supply western campers, and they used that excuse and a bunch of other excuses for 2 or 3 years. Well, this year they're using something about a virus that has swept through all the hatcheries on the eastern side, and so that's why there's no stocking at all. We kind of figured they'd get to a point where they went from cutting 1/3 down to 2/3, which was 2/3 was the year before last. And I talked to the guy, and he didn't give us a valid reason. He just said that they had cut down by 2/3, and then of course this year there's no stocking. So we don't know where it's going to go with Eastern Sierras. We didn't even go up there this year. We're staying local because we have other issues which we're going to tell you about right now. So that's it for the camping stuff. We're still camping, and we're doing a lot of local stuff. Now, the situation that we have been experiencing for 3 or 4 years, well, since we got this rig, are rodents and mice and mouses, or mice and mouses, yeah. Mice and rats and chipmunks getting inside to where they're in the living quarters. Now, behind us, we've had mice get into the walls and such, but not be able to get out onto the floor, not through the drawers. and we've dealt with that, and that's not a big issue. We kind of get to where they're gone, and we don't have an issue with them for 2 years or so, and we haven't had an issue for like 3 years with the mice behind the walls. But what we are having a big issue with are the rats getting into the engine compartment, going through the firewall, and then getting into where they get into the living quarters. They come down through the brakes and the throttle assembly, that area, and through the steering assembly, that area. Somehow they're coming through that, and they're coming down over the firewall and into the cab, and then they find their way back out that way. And we've had a lot of issues for 3 or 4 years dealing with that, even to the point where we go home and we've got rats on the neighbors. Both sides have fruit trees and different trees and junk and stuff, and so stuff will get through over the fence, come over to us, even though we don't have anything laying around or any trees or anything. The rats still will get inside our motorhome that way. So we've had problems with that. But now we're getting proactive. This is the year where we've gotten really proactive. Instead of just sticky traps and spring traps and stuff like that around, we're getting real proactive with different things to try and discourage them. So we're using the foam around the engine compartment. We just had a situation where the rig was down at Fritz Ford in Riverside for about a week with one of their techs going through the engine compartment and foaming it. A year or two earlier, we'd used J&L out in Rialto, but that didn't last. As soon as we went camping, they found a way through the firewall again. So I wouldn't recommend J&L for that. Although if you have any kind of front end damage or repairs you need, J&L is awesome. Family owned, out in Rialto area. Highly recommend those guys. We love them, and they are excellent at repairs. Not rodent repelling, but everything else. But anyway, so we got the rig back from Fritz about a week ago, and so we're up trying that. But we also, on the way up here, we went the back way through Hesperia up the 15, and there's a place called Affordable RV just off the freeway at Bear Valley Mountain, or Bear Mountain Valley Road, whatever, Bear Mountain Road. And they're right there by the freeway. As you get off on that ramp, you'll see them. They sit on Mariposa, the road that parallels the freeway. And they went through, they have this spray that you can get online. In fact, we got ours online and brought it with us, and for X amount of money, they sprayed the bottom of our rig. And this stuff is supposed to be really, really good. It's supposed to be excellent. It's real kind of slimy, and the rats don't like it. They don't like the smell. They don't like the texture. They don't like anything about it. And so they sprayed the bottom of our rig, and we're looking to see if that made any difference, and if Fritz Ford, the foam, did any difference. I also have a cage set up on the inside. Not a cage setup, but I use that real small wire, mesh wire, and I did some creative stuff where I inserted that wire into areas, the open areas on the passenger side where your feet go, and I closed that all off, and then I closed off below the steering wheel and the panel where the dashboard comes out there. I've got that all totally closed off, so mice, rats, chipmunks can't get through that. So that's good for Patty. That gives her enough comfort to where she can sleep at night and not worry about it. I also have some electronic traps in there that work really, really well. And so we're trying that. And so that's the story of the rodents. I wanted to let you guys know what's going on there, because I'm understanding that this year there's a huge situation with rodents. A lot of people are having problems with rodents. So how can you hear the thunder, the thunder clapping in the back? So much. That's so cool. We're gonna get some more rain here very shortly. So anyway, I wanted to let you guys know what was going on with the rodents, like I said, because it's a pretty common occurrence this year. I've been reading that a lot of people are having issues. The folks in Hesperia at Affordable have been doing a lot of the spraying of this stuff under rigs. They've been doing a lot of rigs this year, and they may just be the place in Southern Cal to go to get this rodent situation handled. So we'll know more about that. And as all this progresses, folks, we'll let you guys know what's going on. So anyway, that's it for that. We're going from here in a couple days. We're going to go over to Heart Bar. You guys know we love Heart Bar. You've seen it many times in our videos and pictures. So we know that there's rodents over there. We've had a lot of issues over there with rodents. So we're looking forward to going over there and seeing if there's any issues. And last night, nothing. I was out walking the dogs, and back here, there's some bushes over here behind us about 15, 20 feet. And I saw a big old rat, man. The body was about that long, but the tail was probably 1.5 times again that long. So probably about 10 inches on the tail. The rat was about 3 to 4 inches. Huge tail. I have never seen a tail that long on a rat before. So I'm probably exaggerating a little bit too. So I know there's rats up here, but last night, no sign of anything in our engine compartment or inside the cab. So that's an update on all that stuff. Hey, it's good to talk to you guys. I miss our videos, and I miss our camping experiences, sharing them with you guys. So hopefully that's an update on where we are at. Love to know where you guys are at and what you guys are experiencing, what you're doing, how you doing with the COVID. Although we probably shouldn't discuss that because a lot of us have different views. But we'd love to know how your camping is going and where you guys are going, especially if you're out here on the West Coast. I'd love to know where you guys are going. We did have a trip. Right now we were supposed to be up in Washington's state of Washington. As you know, my oldest son Kyle and his beautiful bride Allison are they're in Vancouver area, and my sweet little Jordan Faye, they're all up in the Vancouver area, and they were supposed to come down and do some camping with us at what's that? Oh man, State Beach. What's the name of that beach? I did a review on it not too long ago, I think. But Bayview State. If you guys are up in Washington area, or you guys are ever going to camp up there, you have to do Bayview State campground. It's on the ocean, beautiful view. Campground is awesome. It's only an hour and a half south of the Canadian border, easy to get to. We were supposed to be up there this week camping with Kyle and Ellie, and or Allison, not Ellie. Ellie's my grandson's wife. But we were supposed to be up there with Allison and sweet Jordan Faye and Kai. But hopefully we'll get up there soon. But there's another campground I want to tell you about down in the Olympic Peninsula. If you guys ever get a chance to do this, it's in a little town called Monsanto, I think it is, Monsanto, and we've got some dear friends that live there, and they just a mile out of town is a lake, and is it St. Mary? I think it's St. Mary, but oh man, it's skipping my brain now. But anyway, we were supposed to be there too, and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. We'll get up there again before too long, and I'll be sure and do a review on that so you guys are familiar with that area. And a lot of great camping and fishing up there, salmon, trout like crazy. And anyway, so that's it. I'm rambling now. Hey, thank you guys for being here, and thanks for using my Amazon links to shop with, because that's how I pay for the website and everything, and even these videos. So thanks for all that stuff, guys. Miss ya, and hope you guys are having a really good year, and that you're healthy and that you're safe. We'll talk to you shortly.